we move on the next speaker, it will be Associate Professor Duangpan Singkarin. I will give all of you the brief curriculum vitae from the Associate Professor Duangpan Singkarin. She is an Associate Professor in Healthcare Supply Chain Excellence Center, Faculty of Engineering, Mahidol University. She is also Director of the Center of Logistic Management and Healthcare Supply Chain, Mahidol University, and Director for the Cluster of Enhancing Competitive Advantage. Hello, Professor Duangpan Singkarin. Have you already here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, it's very clearly, Prof. Thank you very much. And today you will present about the smart medical supply platform, especially in Thailand, how the successful story, how to manage the medical supply in COVID-19 pandemic. Right,
Right,
Prof?
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, in some area, maybe there will be such like a medical supply scarcity, and how is the regulation by the government to control the medical supply from upstream to downstream, and also the role of industry, good infrastructure and transportation to create a sustainable logistic. And maybe you can collaborate more, Prof, about this. And please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Duangpan Kritanchai Singkarin. The time is yours, Prof. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Hannah. First of all, that I like to make is this is move a little bit to the strategic area and move to the operational level. Let me share the screen. Hold on a sec. Can you see the screen? You see the screen, right?
Yes, Prof. It's very clear.
Okay. First of all, I want to make some of the introduction about the smart medical supply platform. When we start doing this, everyone knows that about the pandemic, right? At that time, we let go of the mask, the face mask, and the government is realized about this, and there are so many donations for the mask and so many budget from the government buy the mask for the every hospital in Thailand. But the problem is still up here is that so many masks that still lack, and so many masks couldn't distribute to all over the world, to all over the country. Sorry. Let me move on a little bit. That you can see that at that time the situation, there is no systematic distribution system, and some hospital got to receive the unqualified medical supplies, and the whole supply chain that you can see that it's a supplier, and then the supplier feed the mask, the face mask, through the government budget and the donation, and it goes through the MOPH, which is the Ministry of Public Health, and then to the hospital or the donation to other departments. And this is the push system, as you can see, no centralized data or database, or no feedback platform that any hospital or which hospital got how many masks. And we never know that the feed forward the mask to the hospital, they all get it or not. There's no feedback loop come back to the government that how many and where they should push the mask through. Okay, so what we've done is we come up the system. This is done by the Mahidol University with the Ministry of Public Health. We propose a system that from the left-hand side that we do the procurement and donation together, and then we call it as a supply pool. And this is the virtual inventory stock, which it contains the information about the demand, type of the product, specification, location, and the delivery. at the right-hand side or the far end, the hospitals all over the country feed the demand pool, feed the demand into the pool here. The daily information they feed is the usage, the stock, and the type and the spec. When we know the supply pool and the demand pool, we match the supply and demand together on the virtual stock. So you don't need to move the mask to the MOPH or move the demand, or the hospital doesn't need to come to the Bangkok to collect all the masks. But the virtual stock here the system match the demand and supply together based on the type, the specification, the number, the PUI, the hospital size, and number of medical staff. And then when they match it together, they go into the warehouse, they trigger the warehouse and the distribution and transportation. Then the logistic provider come to get the mask from the supplier and then deliver it to the hospital, the destination of the hospital. To do this, we developed the smart net supply system, which composed of 6 systems, which is the donation and receiving system, product catalog database, virtual stock system, matching system, which we developed the algorithm for matching the demand and supply, the order management, the receiving from the demand from the hospital, the tracking system via the Typos company, which is a logistic provider. And then you can see the product catalog and database system, because when you supply particular product, how would you know that that particular product is needed by a particular hospital? So some specification.
I'm sorry.
Yes?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Could you share the share screen for the big share screen, because it is we are still watch for the your PowerPoint is not.
Oh, right.
Could you share?
For the slide
Yes,
show.
thank you. Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yes. It's all clear. Thank you, Prof.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. So where were I? Yeah, the product catalog database, because some of the hospital couldn't get the particular product that they need because the condition of the patient is not the same among the hospitals. So they might need a different kind of they might need the special kind of equipment, or the medical staff need different kind of protective cover, the different kind of shoe covers. So this kind of pool could match the supply with the demand they needed specifically. And this is the product catalog database. We have the 122 patterns. Yeah, and this is the bill of material of the PPE, for example. And this is the order management system where the hospital feed the demand into the system. And then we matching the system by this algorithm, by we consider the input, the order management and the virtual stock, the decision variables, the output such as usage rate, and then we calculate that how much inventory of the hospital they have, and how much we should supply in order to fulfill the stock they need, that according to the demand and the condition of the patients and the medical staff. This is an example of the operation, the primary data and the order management, and then go to the distribution result, matching rules, and then go to the distribution result. Expected results, we want a balance between demand and supply for non-medical supplies. We want a transparent of resource allocation system, a centralized database of non-medical products responding to the COVID-19 outbreak, and support results on dashboard to ease decision making. Because at the end of the day, what you got is how many have you supply, what the stock of the country, how many you should produce more in order to fulfill the inventory. So this come into the dashboard form in order to make the to be the decision support system for the policymaker. Right, I think that I'll end here, but what I would conclude here is that when you got the pandemic and you want the medical supply to distribute all over the country, the most important bit is you have to know where are your stock. You have to know where are the demand. And then what you need to do is match the supply with the demand, so you don't get lost or the supply wouldn't lose into the system. So if you know where the stock is, if you know where the demand is, you can match it, and then the loss will disappear. From this point, the other project that we are doing at the moment is that because now the vaccines coming in and the invention of the vaccine becomes successful, our smart net supply will develop into the distribution and the transportation system for the COVID-19. So the most important things about distribute COVID-19 vaccine is the cold chain and track and traceability. When I'm talking about the track and traceability, I mean the temperature track and traceability and the location of the vaccines. So that's going to be another exciting project that coming in. Right, I will end here, and yeah, that will be all for the medical supply in Thailand that make us survive till now.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Duongpan. It's very, very interesting because we are now facing with the vaccine distribution, right? In
Right.
all the country, we have so many fabric that have product, so many vaccines. So we have to know where the location, the track and traceability, and of course about the transportation for especially for the temperature for the vaccine, of course. And this is very important thing too about the balance and about the demand and supply, transparency, and the centralized database that you said before. Thank you very much, Professor Duongpan. It's very, very great presentation.